Good afternoon, everybody. It's story time. Now, the book I'm going to read today is the book we've been talking about all week, which is Beware of the Crocodile. Did you think this was a storybook? It's not. It's an information book. So are your brains ready? See what you can find out about crocodiles today. Beware of the Crocodile by Martin Jenkins. The main thing about crocodiles is they're really scary, or at least the big ones are. They've got an awful lot of teeth. And they're not at all fussy about what they eat, as long as they've got a bit of meat on it. And when it comes to hunting down the dinner, they're very determined and very cunning. They know all the spots along the sides of the rivers and lakes where animals come down to drink. When it's time for a meal, a hungry crocodile will choose one of the spots and hide there in the water, just under the surface, with only the top of its head sticking out. Sooner or later, something passes by, something with a bit of meat on it, will decide that it's thirsty and need a drink. And then there will be a sudden lunge and a tremendous splash. And then, oh dear. What happens next is rather gruesome. In fact, it's so gruesome I decided to skip the details. Let's just say there's a lots of twirling and thrashing, then things all go a bit quiet. Afterwards, the crocodile won't need to feed again for a while. Instead, it spends its time cruising around, checking out places where it might find its next meal, or snoozing on a sandbank. Crocodiles can go for weeks and weeks without eating. The bigger a crocodile's meal, the longer it can go before the next one. But there's more to crocodiles than splash, snap, twirl, swallow. You might be surprised to hear that they make very good parents. Or mothers, I should say. We'll get on to the fathers later. When she's ready to lay some eggs, a mother crocodile gathers up a huge mound of rotting leaves. She scoops out a hollow in the top, lays her eggs there and covers them with leaves. As the leaves rot, they heat up, keeping the eggs nice and warm. It's like a built-in central heating. The mother can adjust the heating by piling up more leaves or scraping some away. A crocodile usually lays 40 to 60 eggs at one time, but a big one can lay up to 90. Inside the eggs, the baby crocodiles are slowly growing. When they're nearly ready to hatch, they start chirping away like so many tiny birds. That's the signal for the mother to open up the nest. Then very, very carefully she picks up the newly hatched babies in her enormous jaws and drops them into the water nearby. It takes 80 to 90 days for the eggs to be ready to hatch. She still doesn't leave her babies though. She stands guard over them in the water for weeks and weeks. You see, lots of things like to eat baby crocodiles. Birds like storks and herons, snakes, big fish, and I'm sorry to say, other crocodiles. Some of those other crocodiles living nearby are likely to be the baby crocodile's relatives, their uncles and aunts, or even... Well, now you can probably work out what I meant about the fathers. Despite the mother's best efforts, a lot of the babies meet an unfortunate end, but the ones that survive grow and grow and grow. It normally takes about 2 years for a baby crocodile to grow to 1 metre and another 8 years or so for it to reach 2 metres. Until one day, they're the ones lurking in the water by the spot on the bank with their eyes and their noses sticking out, waiting for something or even somebody to come down to take a drink. There's lots of information in the back of this book too. This is quite interesting. Crocodiles are reptiles like snakes, lizards and turtles. Their closest relatives are alligators and caimans. There are 16 different kinds altogether. The ones in the story are saltwater crocodiles, the biggest of the lot. They can reach 6 or 7 metres in length. They are found in South and Southeast Asia, Australia, New Guinea, Vanuatu and the Solomon Islands. They sometimes go out to sea, but usually live in big rivers and swamps. Crocodiles are also found in North, Central and South America, Africa and the Caribbean. There are 2 kinds of alligator and 6 kinds of caiman. One species of alligator lives in China, where it's very rare. The other lives in North America. The caimans live in Central and South America. Both alligators and caimans look a lot like crocodiles. It can be quite hard to tell them apart. The easiest way is to look at their teeth, and when their mouths are shut, though don't get too close. If you can see teeth sticking up at the side of the mouth, it's a crocodile. If you can't, it's an alligator or a caiman. That was a really interesting book. So we've learnt lots about crocodiles by reading that book. See you later.